A porn star is giving marriage advice, and the question is, do you agree with it? If you're new to this channel, my name's Aaron. I do Christian reviews on all things pop culture, so if you're interested in that, hit the subscribe and let's get into the video.
Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes. We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something, it's a commitment you make to someone. But if you feel like you're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go. You gotta go. You have to go. I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of these things, but this is your fucking life. Do you want to be stuck with someone? Period. Do you want to be stuck with someone?
Getting marriage advice from a porn star is like getting weight loss advice from a sumo wrestler, like getting money tips from a gambler. It's like getting parenting tips from a teenager. It's like having Bunter Hyden as a Supreme Court judge or Effrey Jepstein as your babysitter. She's essentially saying it's okay to make a promise and break it. That's not commitment, that's convenience. And I think that's right. Like a lot of our commitments and promises and vows are now being sacrificed on the altar of convenience, our own convenience. Like when it becomes inconvenient and hard and difficult, we're out. The promise is broken. We're not going to be there anymore. And that takes a shot to our word, our character, like who we are. Can we commit to somebody? And when we don't, there it goes. And it's because our God, our Savior, is our convenience. Nothing else can interrupt our convenience because it's our universe and our world, and I'm at the center of it. Craig says, I think people would actually be surprised on how many women actually feel exactly like this and truly believe this. Yeah, I think this is a sweeping trend or worldview that is grasping a lot of people. And I think mainly because it's very self-absorbed. It's very me-centered. It's like if they can't provide for me, like if I'm not getting what I need, I'm gone. She seems like she's coping. Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of times people project their own failures and insecurities onto other people as a means of justifying for themselves their decisions or their lack of ability to fulfill any, desired outcome. There is no credibility to her advice on marriage. She was saying that marriage is just paperwork and commitment and it's not sanctimonious, where she's not even using that word right. Sanctimonious means like being on higher moral ground or believing so or being more morally superior. So I think she means like holy or sacred or special or set apart. So he's not even using the word right. Marriage is at least three things. First, it's love bound by law, like all the lovey feelings that you have, except strengthened and sustained by placing law around it. So vows, and there are repercussions. And certainly there are repercussions in real world terms, right? Like the kids, there's repercussions for there's repercussions within the family unit and between the two people and even the community at large. People suffer when divorce and marriages break up, when divorce happens. And a lot of people think that love is enough to like sustain and start a marriage. However, you miss that component of that law, strength, and binding force that will make sure that no one leaves when the love leaves. Number two is marriage is a covenant. Now, she's saying that it's just paperwork and it's just an appointment you have to make, but the reality is that the most important decision that you will ever make is who you're gonna marry. That decision will affect every other decision in your entire life. So you have to put a lot of forethought and knowledge and wisdom and time just running the scenario, right? Is this the right person for me? Do they love God? Do they have the same values as I do? Are we headed in the same direction? Or can we? Like, do we see eye to eye on a lot of things like finances and parenting and marriage? Is that all true? Because when you devalue the covenant into just paperwork, then it's just a contract. And when you're juxtaposing covenant and contract between the two ideas, a covenant is something that says, I'll put your needs before mine and I'm never going to leave. A contract is saying you're going to put my needs before yours or I'm going to leave. Like I have a contract with my cable company. And if I run out of internet and I don't have great service, I'm out. I'm gonna leave. Otherwise, you provide me great service, I'm gonna pay you, and that is the stipulations for our relationship. However, in a covenant, it's reverse. It's I'm putting your needs ahead of mine, and I'm never gonna leave. And you see how the first part, that first love and law wrapped up, builds into what is a covenant. Because if we enter into marriage like a contract, I could look at my wife and say like, hey, you're not a good cook. Sorry, I'm out. Hey, you're being mean, or you're not fulfilling my needs. You're not healing. You're not doing any of this. I'm out. That is a contractual agreement. That is not a covenant agreement. And the worst marriages are based around contracts. She can't provide for me physically or mentally or spiritually or emotionally. Then I'm out. Yeah, that is a weak marriage, and that's a marriage based under like a contract. And we find a lot of this nowadays. Like she talks about it in the video, like he's not doing this for me. I'm out. She changed. She can't provide for me. So we can't think of marriage like that. We have to think of marriage as this deep, extreme, passionate love for someone, ironclad, wrapped around, secured with law. And that's what a covenant is. Third thing on what a covenant is, it's a mirror of God's relationship with us. Okay, we have consistently sinned against a perfect God. We've broken that contract or covenant, and we keep running around, we keep sinning, and it angers him. And yet he took that sin and took that punishment on himself on the cross through Jesus Christ, and he died and was rose again. So that like we broke our vows, we broke our side of the covenant, and yet he still continues to be there, to stay committed, to never leave under ironclad law. But that's just my opinion. What's your opinion on the strength of marriages in our country today? And what does it take to have a strong marriage? Put it in the comment section down below. My name is Aaron. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Probably check out this next one on Jordan Peterson and sex.